Mjolnir sets off the metal detector as Thor steps into a federal prison, but Thor did not come here to fight. He came to see a death row inmate named Fulton, and he brought him a final meal. It is a strange fruit from a dead planet far beyond the stars. Fulton takes a bite and says it tastes unlike anything he has ever eaten, yet somehow feels weirdly familiar. Then Thor admits he has never tasted it either, which means he gave the last piece of an extinct fruit to a man the world had already abandoned. Fulton grips the fruit and says it is one heck of a last meal, until the guard says it is time, and Fulton thanks Thor for visiting and for all the talks they shared over the years, showing this was not a one-time kindness. Thor has been coming to this prison for years just to sit with this man and talk. But now Thor calls him a friend and says he will stay with him all the way to the gates of the other side. Then he walks beside him to the execution chamber, towering over everyone in the room. That is when the issue shifts into a montage that quietly destroys you. Thor sits with hungry children and shares food from alien worlds, gives nuns the seeds of an extinct tree so they can bring it back, climbs a Himalayan peak just to swap stories with a monk, spends time with disabled veterans, calls rain over drought-stricken land, and helps fishermen pull in impossible catches. But none of that is the true gut punch, because Thor finally visits Jane Foster and learns she has been diagnosed with breast cancer. His first instinct is to search for an elixir or some magical cure from another world. That is when Jane stops him and says those kinds of things always come with a cost, so she wants to face this on her own terms. Thor just defeated Gore the God Butcher, a monster who slaughtered gods across 3 timelines, yet he cannot do one thing to save the woman he loves. So instead of arguing, he takes Jane to the blue area of the moon, and they watch the sun sink behind the earth in silence, because sometimes being a god means knowing exactly when you have no power.